liability, not words usually associated with LeBron James. But do you agree, Paul?
I think, in the regular season, LeBron coasted here and there on the defensive end, but you're not going to go out there seeking out LeBron to try to expose him in the playoff game. I mean, he's not, even at the age of 40, he's not chopped liver on defense. He actually puts in the effort when they need it. Now, who you are going to expose more so is Luka because they've done it before, but I don't see, teams really going after LeBron. LeBron, he's going to be matched up probably against a four-man who he can help and roam off of. And if you're a team out here trying to get LeBron and pick and roll to isolate him, I mean, think about this. Who in the Western Conference are you trying to expose him with outside? If it's not nobody named Curry or Ant-Man or Joker, then, he can kind of hang with the rest of these guys, so I don't really see it happening.
Yeah. Even if it was exposing him with Curry on a switch, that's going to mainly probably be a long-distance three, and he ain't going to blow by him because he can still play catch.
And then the one thing, though, this is the one thing I learned about playing against LeBron. Like, he gets away with fouls. He never fouls out. So, like, you can attack him, say he swipe down, hit your arm a little bit. They're not calling that.
Yeah.
He's going to get away with a lot of that. He never fouls out. So I'm not one to seek out trying to get LeBron exposed out there because you're going to end up not playing your game plan, and you're going to take you out your game.
It's first of all, it's coming from an anonymous scout, so you already know how we feel about the anonymous scout.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're going to get him...
That's probably one of them scouts in Atlanta or something.
Yeah, anywhere. Somebody who used to have a job.
Yeah.
But in the end, I'm not betting on somebody trying to expose LeBron because what's exposing him? The fact that he doesn't get over on help, he didn't slide, you switched on him in a bad situation. Okay, you got to switch on Joker, and all Joker going to do is a mini hook. That's not exposing everybody when it's a bad situation. Everybody in the NBA give up buckets.
Yeah.
Everybody.
Yeah.
Even the ones on the all-defensive team have gone up and given up buckets. Now, you're talking about expose. Expose me that a Luka situation where now all of a sudden it's ISO ball one-on-one and everybody just clear out the way. Move, I got this. They're not getting ready to
They will try to expose Luka.
Yeah, they're not going to do that to LeBron.
Right. Because it's not like LeBron can't play defense. We've seen LeBron play great defense over his years, so that's not the case. This is all about having the energy late in the games. My whole thought when I hear this is like, okay, and some of this is what Paul talked about because of the Luka stuff, but they're only seeing it on the one end. Oh, LeBron and Luka on that end is going to really hurt LeBron. But they don't see the other end where Luka is going to be bringing this ball up early in the game. He's going to be able to handle the game and allow LeBron to conserve his energy so he can make those layups late in the game. That's what we're more concerned about as Laker fans, me and Keyshawn over here. That's all we're worried about is making sure LeBron can make that layup. Defense go take care of itself now. That's what we got to worry about. He won't let me be a Laker fan. I told him they got Luka. I got to come. Well, I got to be over here as a Laker fan. He go, we don't need you. I'm right there.
Yeah, you could support Luka and be a Luka fan.
I'm right there.
But as far as a Laker fan, no one in Los Angeles, I'm just going to be honest with you, Michael, before I throw it back to Joy, not one person in Lakerland going to accept you as a Laker fan. Not going to happen.
Lakerlands?
Not going to happen.
Hey, I'm a Luka fan.
You're a Luka fan. It's okay.
You got to accept Luka fans. That's part of the deal.
That's part of the deal.
That's a Luka fan.
You accepted LeBron fans.
Yeah, but it took a minute, though. I was one, like, back then, when they were talking about, prior to him coming a year early, I wasn't having it.
He crazy, man.
And I wasn't having it.
Come around to the idea?
Yeah, but I wasn't having it. I think I wasn't having it because I was afraid that it was going to threaten something with Kobe.
Yeah.
That's why I was like, no, we don't need him, man. He ain't, But then once he got here, and then we had that 1 year where we didn't make the playoffs his first year. Then all of a sudden we traded for AD. Then we go in the bubble. We win the championship. I'm like, oh, he with us.
Oh, so now he's
Who's a bigger fan of their team, Laker Key or Clipper Daryl?
Probably Clipper Daryl. Because I would not be driving a red, white, blue car painted in Clipper colors, riding around L.A. wearing red, white, blue suits. So Clipper Daryl for sure.
Shout out to Clipper Daryl.
Yes. Hi, Clipper Daryl. Yeah, I have to agree. I think that also when we're talking about what LeBron does in the postseason compared to the regular season and what he does to take care of his body and be ready to play,
Right.
I don't think it's a good idea to be ISOing.
No.
Right. It's like it sounds silly. Like if you miss an assignment or whatever, like that's one thing. But like you're not going to go at LeBron.
I don't know why he seems like LeBron. I guarantee you we'll see a couple of chase. Maybe not as many rundowns as we would have seen from a
But that's what I was saying.
But you gonna get one or two.
But that's what I was saying when Paul said, switch off. Let's say, for instance, all of a sudden Curry is there. LeBron can open up
and let him go
and then go and get him, chase him down with no problem at all.
Right.
It seems that way, but that's why they brought Jimmy Buckets over. And I truly believe that once the playoff starts, if they make it out of the play-in and get to the playoffs, he's going to play his part in this. Jimmy loves this time of the year. That's why they brought him over here so he can help take some of the load off of Steph Curry. There's a number of guys. You know what Steph is going to bring. He's such a force that defenses are geared to stopping him. You're going to send double teams at him, triple teams at him. But also on the other end, they have to trust. They have to trust, what Jimmy can do. I've seen Jimmy single-handed carry a play-in team to the finals. I mean, with lesser talent. And so I hopefully moving forward, if they were to get out of this play-in situation, that they can give some of the responsibilities to Jimmy to help carry this team. But they've been good for the most part since Jimmy's got there.
You give them some responsibility. You give whoever some responsibility. But I've never seen a championship team in any sport not depend on their superstar.
Yeah, right.
Like it doesn't, literally. I don't care what it is. The Cowboys are depending on Michael Irvin when they want to throw the football. When they need a bucket in Boston, they depended on Paul Pierce. I mean, that's just, they don't, no, not at all. It's nowhere near too much to depend on Steph Curry. Now, with that, though, you got to also be able to deviate to other guys at times so they can get involved. It can't just be Steph shooting the ball 55 times a game. It can't be that type of dependence. But, no, I don't think so at all. I mean, they're in this situation, whether it's the play-in, the playoffs, or whatever, because of him.
Correct.
Because of him.
Yeah,
because he is on the team.
You should be dependent on your superstar.
1,000%.
Right. Especially when it's him. And especially when we're talking about what we're talking about. The other day, Buddy Hield missed that three-point shot that would have won the game. He's only the greatest three-point shooter we've ever seen, and the answer is yes to all of what you're saying. Yes, there's too much. Yes, it's got to be too much pressure on him. But yes, there's too much pressure on him, and they're asking a lot of him because he no longer has his twin brother, the Splash brother with him. No more Clay. When they had Clay, if we can't get Steph open, we can find a reliable, another big shot player that can make it. Buddy missed the whole rim the other day. I'll mess with Buddy when we work out this offseason. That's my boy. I love him to death. But Clay's hit 9 1/4. That's the record. Without him, more pressure falls on that dude right there. And be honest with you guys, Draymond Green got to make that layup. We're talking about a whole different game if Draymond just makes that layup.
The one last night?
He's trying to start stuff.
Yeah, I don't know.
Man, dunk the ball and get the 3-point, but make the layup.
He missed it bad, though. That's the thing.
Right. He's trying to run into somebody instead of making the layup. Now I'm going to spend the whole offseason on Buddy. Just because if he'd have made that, I could have got off Buddy Hield. But I got to mess with Buddy about that shot.
Well, the Warriors are 0-3 in playing games, so should they be concerned about being in the play-in, Paul?
Yeah, they got to be very concerned. You don't want to put yourself in this situation. That's why the implications of that game last night was so big. They had to beat the Clippers. Yeah. And that was the one game. This is the one team I worry about getting put in this situation because you're dealing with guys who are veterans, who are older, who need the week off, the rest. But they put themselves in the situation where anything can happen now. So now. And
they have to play tomorrow.
And you got to play one day off. You play. Say you lose that game, you got to play again this week, and the playoffs start this weekend. So you don't get the rest that you need. You don't get the proper preparation that you need going into the playoffs. Like teams right now who know who they playing. First day they came in today, they got a booklet this big, Joy. Plays, tendencies of your player. You got tapes, you got hard drives. They sending it to your phone. They can't do that yet. And so that's at a disadvantage, especially for an older team. And so they can end up playing OKC. in the first round, and that's not what they want. They want to get this game, beat Memphis. If they beat Memphis, they play Houston, which is a better road. Now I see a path for them. They play Houston. If they can get past that young team, then they can play the Lakers second round and possibly get to the conference finals.
Yeah, this is a better. I know they've been 0-3 in the past in the play-in, but this is a better team in terms of the play-in. It's just a better team. A little bit older, but it's just they got more pieces, so to speak, than they had in the past. And they should be worried, especially given the fact that Jimmy banged his knee. Not sure what that's going to be.
He said he'll be all right, but it was,
Yeah, I'm sure he'll be all right. There's doctors and stuff like that.
One day.
That'll help you, but one day, and like Paul is saying, you don't want to lose this game and then find yourself fighting to get in again. You want to get this game out the way and have the rest that you need. So when you do win it, you go see whoever you're going to see. And if it's OKC or whoever the case may be, or Houston, better yet, you want to be prepared at that moment in time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't wait. I can't wait. It's going. Listen, I would be worried about the quick turnaround. Paul and I was talking about this for this team because it's an older team. But I think Jimmy is, he brought the energy the other day. I think he'll lift this team. He gives this team something different. But they got to win this game. They got to win this game if they got any shot.
Yeah.
Subscribe here to get the latest from Speak and go watch a few segments from our other shows on FS1.